Hey guys, I just wanted to share a story from a recent studio experience I had. Really cool one. Basically, I got called in to add some drums to sort of a bluegrass, Americana, folk ensemble. And, I knew what kind of cymbals I wanted to bring to the session. I knew that my drums would sound good, my toms and everything. My lowboy beaters would sound perfect for this. They're articulate, but not too much. So I really it came down to thinking about, how does the snare drum fit into this equation, especially because there's a mandolin, and the mandolin's always playing eighth notes or swinging or, bringing in a lot of articulation to the whole ensemble. So the idea was basically, how do I sort of match that articulation but don't get in the way, just sort of contribute to it. I also didn't want to have too much tone to the drums. It still needs to have some body, but I didn't want to hear more of the drum because I wanted to make sure that, I'm not getting in the way of all the cool acoustic stuff happening there. So really the idea was just to blend. And I actually watched a video from Jerry Pentecost. Well, it's a drum rundown of Jerry Pentecost's setup when he was with Old Crow Medicine Show. And his philosophy was basically just try to blend into the ensemble because there's a lot happening, and the ensemble has to sound better with drums. If you're going to have drums, might as well make it sound better. You don't want to make it sound worse, for sure. You don't want to be too much.
In a pocket.
Back to those dynamics you're trying to...
Yeah, exactly. Like you're always trying to blend, never trying to, cut. I feel like that's kind of rule number one, just trying to serve the music. And so
he ended up using Evans hydraulic heads on his snare drum, which I thought was pretty cool, because they're very punchy, very articulate. My philosophy with this was I wanted more warmth because I've played with these guys before and I know what the ensemble sounds like. I wanted some more warmth, but I still wanted that articulation, not too much attack. So basically I went with Evans calf tone heads, which I'll put a picture of those in here. And I also went with Pure Sound 30 strand snares because I wanted less drum sound and more snare sound. I wanted more snappiness to the sound, right? The resonant head on there was already good. It's a wood snare. It's a Tama SLP snare, I believe. And so that was the basic idea. Here's some sound demos of it. Tell me what you think about it.